Hi friends, it's Nancy. Welcome back to my channel, Wishes and Weeds Glimmer Warning. I recently picked up this cookbook. Well, it's a magazine, but it's, an expensive one. Anyway, I got it at the thrift store, of course, and Doug wants me to make the front cover. It's called Pizza Tot Casserole. So I've got the ground beef sizzling in the pan, cooking that off right now. I have to chop my onion, pepper, and mushrooms. So I'll do that while we talk. I wish I was better at using. I think it must have froze, maybe. It might be okay. I wish I was better at using a knife. I scare the heck out of Doug every time I try to chop anything. Kind of fun to try a new recipe. One of the things, I don't mind cooking. I'm not bad at it. What I do well, I do well. But one of the things I loathe is planning what to cook. Let me give that hamburger a stir. It would be just so much more helpful if there was an app that popped up every day. This is what you're cooking tonight. And me, I'm not picky. I'll eat anything. But Doug, not so much. He doesn't like a lot of vegetables. And he's not a fan of seafood. So if I wanted to get creative with anything, I have to be mindful of what he will tolerate. My son, who's a cook, there's nothing picky about him. He'll eat anything. And he is marvelous with a knife, which is great, because I was really worried about him, actually. Wasn't sure what his life's path was going to be like. Just give this a rinse. I mean, he did all right in school, but he wasn't, didn't have stellar grades and no real serious interests. He liked making things when he was little, like building toys. He liked Lego and, those kinds of things. And I know I'm doing this wrong. Don't criticize. That's what I tell Doug. If you want to eat, you'll just ignore the way I do things. Anyway, he always liked to build, and he'd make these amazing constructions. But I wasn't really sure what he was going to do as a career. So one night, when he was in high school, I think he was in maybe grade 11 at that time. So he had to finish that year plus another to graduate from high school. And it was parent-teacher night. which I never missed. And Doug and I went up to meet with the English teacher, and you know, he was kind of the same opinion as me. You know, he gets through. Is he passionate about English? No. But he'll get a diploma. So, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Like, how is he, what's he going to do for a living? And the teacher, his name was Mr. Cameron. And he said, put him in the army. And I thought, okay. I'm not sure why I thought that was a good idea. But I went home and I explained to Mark all the things that I talked about with his other teachers. And I said, and I asked Mr. Cameron what he thought I should encourage you to do, you know, as a future career, because, you know, you're in grade 11 and there's no real road to what comes next for you. And Mr. Cameron suggested I put you in the army. Well, he loved that idea. Gonna give my hamburger another stir. Beef is all browned. I've poured off the grease. I'm going to put the veggies in and pop them on the stove top to sweat. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of basil. While the veggies sweat, I will finish my story and let you know that this is the giveaway today. This book of ground beef recipes. I've already copied out the ones that I want to try. If you would like to win this giveaway, you're going to need to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and add a comment below. I hope that you'll share a glimmer with me. I have a 3-quart casserole here. It's, you know, a 9x13, and it's grease ready to go. So anyway, Mark liked that idea, so it's a long story how it all happened, but eventually he ended up in the Navy. He has been in since 97? I want to say 97. And they sent him to school, sent him to college, so he could learn everything he needs to learn about being a cook. And that's his career in the Navy. He's a cook. So recently, I thought, you know, life's turned out really good for Mark. He met the love of his life. He's traveled the world. He's, you know, stable. So I thought I should write a letter to Mr. Cameron and tell him what happened and how much we appreciated his advice. So I did that, and he was, of course, retired by now. So I was able to find his address by contacting people on Facebook. They were able to give me his address. And a month or 2 passed, and a letter came in the mail from his widow, thanking me so much for the letter, and telling me how much she appreciated me sharing that story with her, that her husband would have really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm glad I took the extra couple of minutes it took to write that letter. All right, everything's looking pretty good. Just wiping the dust off the top of my cans. This is pizza sauce. I thought a small one was going to do, but then I checked the recipe again, and I needed twice that amount. So Doug was very kind and went and got me another can. Grocery store is just around the corner. I often walk there. I'm surprised it didn't call for garlic. And maybe I would have added garlic, but I'll follow the recipe the first time. I will definitely rinse those cans and put them in the recycling. Okay, next is cheese. And I'm lazy and got the pre-shredded kind. I'm starting to think that we're going to be eating this for a couple of days. Maybe I should have made 2 small casseroles and put one in the freezer, or send one over to Jordan and Jess. Okay. Anyway, I have often thought about other letters that maybe I should be writing, and before it's too late to thank people for their contribution. As it was in Mr. Cameron's case, but I will make time. Okay, the next part of the recipe says to pour on a can of, or not a can, a package of tater tots. That's not something we have here in Canada. So I'm using tater treats, and it was an open bag that we had in the freezer. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the oven. It's a 400-degree oven, and I think it was 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 minutes. Okay, the first 30 minutes are up. Now, I am going to sprinkle, this is a cup of cheddar. I don't know if I have enough here, but Oh, I'm gonna have to grate cheese. Oh dear. Can't say this is an accurate measurement, but there's no such thing as too much cheese, is there? And the one bonus of grating your own cheese, you have a little nubbin left. It smells really yummy. I can't wait to give it a try.